In this video, I'm going to completely rip apart Piliavin's study because at first I thought this was a great field experiment. When I first read it, I was like, wow, someone imposed such great controls on a field experiment. This is great. But then I started to dissect this study and I was like, are we really studying diffusion of responsibility? Because there's one key element here missing. Did our participants actually have the right to withdraw from this study? So part of diffusion of responsibility, part of bystander theory is that when somebody is in trouble, when someone needs help, if we are not the only person available, we tend to kind of count ourselves out as needing to be the helper. We kind of throw some excuses around of why we don't need to stay and help, okay? Let's just say you're late for class and two kids bump into each other and books go flying, pencils go flying, and you look around and you see that there's 20 other students and you're like, I'm only 5% responsible for this of helping, so I'm gonna go. But the problem is that everybody says the same thing and nobody ends up helping. And in Piliavin's study, we have a subway cart that is only a 7.5-minute ride, but it is closed. Nobody can like pry open the doors and jump out. So some people may have felt forced to help, and that is not part of the bystander theory. It's not part of diffusion of responsibility. If you were just walking in a hallway and there was no one around to say, hey, you need to help, you really need to help. Now, I know that we didn't say that in Piliavin's study, but think about it. If you were in a really small subway cart and someone fell on the ground and they needed help, and you're looking around and you're looking around, what is the first thing that you'll think? Like, I can't go anywhere. I don't want people to judge me. But if you were out, let's just say in a park or walking on the side of the road, and you were able to just walk on by or ride your bike on by, you're going to be gone. You're not going to be there to have to face these people to impose any judgment on yourself. You're not going to be thinking in the back of your mind, am I a bad person for not helping? That person's helping. Should I help? Now, the study did show that most of the women did what I just did. They made excuses. They said it's for a man to help. And what did the research show? It showed that mostly men were the ones who helped. So I don't really know if this is just my personal opinion because I'm a female, but if you are a female or male and you want to let me know in the comments like what you would do in this scenario, that might help a little bit. Because at the end of the day, this study did not prove diffusion of responsibility. It did not prove bystander theory like previous studies had done before. And I know the study mentions Kitty Genovese and this idea of her getting killed in an apartment building with 32 people watching, but that's been debunked. That whole scenario has since been debunked, that there wasn't as many people that saw this, even though this incident is what sparked this entire idea of bystander theory, of why people sit and watch and why they don't help. So, does this theory really even exist? Did we really even study it in a fair way? There's like so many other social experiments that you can go watch on YouTube where people are in need and people just walk on by. Because if I remember clearly, it didn't matter how many people were in the cart. That's why we didn't prove diffusion of responsibility, because if there were less people, if there were more people, the same amount of people helped. Now, what is interesting is that we are going to apply our own moral judgment on whether or not people deserve help or not. And this is shown in the results. We're more likely to help somebody who is ill than somebody who is drunk. So I want you to think about this. Why would you be more likely to help someone who is ill over someone who is drunk? What morals has society placed on you? And yes, when I say society has placed on you, it's because we're in the social approach. And most of the time, we believe that our morality and society are somehow linked. Rant over. I hope this helps you. Thanks so much for being here. And if you have not joined my Patreon yet, please get your butt over there. There's so many more resources. I'll see you there.